Hey there humans, it is I, BigGreenBeast. Today is part 2 of the video that I think I made a little while ago. These should actually be coming out like around the same time. Let's just jump right into it. The first mod that I have installed is actually a pretty big mod. It's called the Phew mod. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's made by the person called Phew, so makes sense. It's basically just has a lot of different things. So when you install it, what you do is you can go into options, and then you'll see a new button up here called the Phew mod, and you'll hit it, and this is basically what it looks like. So mod scale, that changes the size of the things in the mod. Show mod, that just shows the GUIs on or off. As you can see, this and this go off because I'm using these for the Phew mod. Auto report crashes, just keep that on. Really the only thing you want to worry about is customized display, because that has a bunch of things. So it has a whole lot of different things, and you can even add and make your own. I have CPS, coordinates, and armor. I'm pretty sure, nope, just armor and CPS, and maybe potions, nope. So the other things I use with other mods, but I just like how these look. This gives you extra information. So what you do is you find one you want, and to change it, you can hit settings. You can change the name if you want. You can add more things to it, like I could add, I don't know, this is CPS or the biome I'm in. I might actually want to add biome. Here, I'll show you how it works. So if I go to, oh no, I don't have coordinates enabled. Okay, I'll do that later. But basically, if I go to settings, I can go to items, add new item, hit biome, done, and I can change where that is, so I can go move up, move down. So if I want to show biome at the top, I can move it to the top, done, and then as you can see, it shows the biome. For colors, you can go here, formatting options, and then prefix and main color. They give you a whole bunch to choose from. I just keep mine at gray and green because those look nice together. And you can change a whole bunch of other things, like how much it zooms with the mod's zoom in feature. I just use Optifine's zoom in feature. Transparent chat background. I like LED cube. If you have like a Razer, Rockhat, or Logitech keyboard, then you can change the LEDs and stuff from this mod, which I think is amazing. Show name tag. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, although for some bizarre reason it doesn't work. And for display options, that's basically a lot. Like, you can change the size of the chat. You can figure a lot of this stuff out. Show more chat symbols is actually really fun, because then you can do custom symbols in the chat. Server options, I mean, that's just a bunch of stuff that you can do if you want. I don't really pay attention to that. There's just a bunch of menus that you can go through and just sort of make your game experience a little bit better. The next mod I have for you is the auto GG mod. So basically it just makes you say GG at the end of every game. It's pretty nice. When to install it, you can do it by doing in chat, you type /auto GG, and it comes up with this. So you can turn it on and off. The delay after in milliseconds, so 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. Choose what phrase is said. You can even change what it says at the end. Anti-GG is to remove all the GGs from the chat, and then you can do a second message after your GG if you want. It's a lot of stuff. Did I mention that all these mods I will be putting in the mod folder, or just sort of in general? They're basically jar files for installing them. Those will be in the description. They should, and don't quote me, but should all work. I mean, yeah, they're there, but some of them also have custom files that can be a bit sketchy to work with when copying them, other files in the mods folder. But when you launch them, they should make them by themselves. Next mod. So this next one is called autocorrect. It's sort of like just Grammarly or spell check for Minecraft. So if you type, I don't know, just spell something wrong, hello, it'll underline it, and you can click it or right click it, and it gives you a whole bunch of things to choose from. I can check hero, hello, whatever I meant to type. So I could say something really fast see, this is the beast game ever. I could change it to ever. I could change, okay, I have to change that manually. I'm a chihuahua. I don't know how to type that. I can change it. This next one is something that I feel like everyone really should have who plays on Hypixel. It's called auto tip, and basically what it does is it does the command /tip all. If you don't know what that command is, basically it sort of tips all the other players on Hypixel. It just gives you like free XP and coins, a little coins in all the games, like, and when I say a little, I mean a little. When you have the mod installed, you can do /at stats with a space, and it'll tell you how much it's made today. So as you can see, 15 coins in most games, 38 arcade games coins, 500 XP. That's 15 entire tips. As you can see, it's really slow, but it's just nice to have anyway. And honestly, I don't do this, but you could, in theory, like just AFK overnight and get a bunch of XP and coins. And it also depends on how many people are online. I don't know exactly what tipping is or how it works. Yeah, next mod. This next one's kind of a weird one. It's called Bispers, I don't know, Biskippers Core. It's basically a mod that allows some other mods to run. Not much more to say about that one. Yeah. This next one is called Command Patcher. Sometimes with some of the mods that I'm showing you guys, you can just type a command without the slash for the mod, and it'll still count it. So if you're trying to type, like, actually something, then that won't recognize it. It's really annoying, and so you don't have to config any settings for this or anything, but basically it makes it so that you have to type slash for it to be an actual command. This one is just sort of very nice, useful one called Compact Chat. The only way I can show you guys on Hypixel is basically whenever someone types something twice. See, I type slash, and then that, and see how in chat it has a 2 next to that? It means I typed it twice, so if someone's spamming, it just tells you how many times they've spammed. And it's just nice for making your chat not full of your, like, Hypixel party spam and stuff like that. Also, with all of these mods loaded, your frames are probably going to be slightly lower than they usually are. You can see in the upper left-hand corner, the number at the bottom, that's my FPS. What helps with that, however, is the Frames Plus mod made by Skier. It just does a few things. In chat, you type slash frames plus, and it brings you to this GUI where you can turn things on and off. Everything just keep on, except a few things. Hide shadow text. I like the shadows under my text, so I keep that off. Disable lighting. This basically is just full bright, so if it's on, it makes all the blocks bright and nothing is like dark. That's really the only 2 settings that you need to worry about. Otherwise, just it does little things that make the game run a little bit easier. There's this one mod that I absolutely adore, and it's called Hypixel Quick Play. You type /qp config to set it up, and you come up with this. It's just colors for the things that you can set. Transparent backgrounds. If it's on, then the backgrounds are transparent. I can blur them or unblur them, fade them in when I open them. A bunch of just stuff. Really the only important things you want to do is you usually want to turn instance display off. Other than that, edit keybinds, and here is the important bit. Open main menu. Now by default it's R, but a lot of people, including me, have R as an actual key that they use. So I just have mine as pause, that's on the corner of my keyboard, and you just hit it, and you can change it to O, you can change it to even like the space bar. You change it to F12, you can change it to the right arrow key, but I just keep mine on pause. What happens is when you're in game and you press that button, this menu pops up. And you can scroll through it. It's all the different Hypixel things. I'm just gonna hit, let's just do Bed Wars. And then it comes up with this screen where you can pick whether you want to go in a lobby 1, or you can choose all these different games. Basically, you don't have to go into any lobbies or NPCs or anything. I'll just go to lobby 1, and as you can see, it just read. Okay, brings me instantly there. Very nice, very fast, very speedy, very epic. Another one that I really like and is actually useful while I'm in game is called Level Head, and the reason it's useful is I can see what people's Hypixel level is. So as you can see, it's over my head. I'm level 61. If I hop down here where it's all laggy, I'll just find someone level 68. Bam. Level 151. Bam. Level 14. Level 7. Level 101. Level 12. See, it's just nice because it's a way better way to evaluate people than something like their rank or their name. And it's just really useful if I'm like in a game and I see like, oh, it's a level 1, I can just clean them. Or, oh, it's a level 106, I should probably, be wary. Or, oh, it's a level 437. Because otherwise you have no way to tell, and so it's just a really, really great mod. Absolutely recommend it. Another one that I recommend is called Motion Blur. basically whenever I move my screen, it like blurs it. So what you do is you type in chat /motion blur, and you can type enable toggle, I think, /motion blur toggle to turn it on and off, and then you can set an amount. Now you do /motion blur, and then an amount from 0 to 1, and that's how much the screen blurs. Now at 0, motion blur disabled, that just turns it off. As you can see, I have no motion blur, and it looks awful. If I turn it to 10, which I never recommend doing, here's what it looks like. So you can see people moving, and when I move my screen, it just looks awful. Oh, my game froze. Well, I think as we could see right there, setting your motion blur to 10 is not a good idea. Never do it. So I like to keep mine /motion blur at like 3-ish. It's not too much motion blur, not too much like, you know, anything. I think it just looks the nicest, but basically whenever I move my screen fast, it blurs and then it focuses when I stop, and I just like how that looks. Just that sort of blurry trail effect. Some people absolutely hate it, so yeah, you don't have to download that if you don't like it. Mouse Spine Fix is another pretty cool mod along with Levelhead that just sort of fixes a bug in the game. Basically, there is problems when people have a mouse button that they want to use as a control. Like, I'm not talking about left and right click, but I'm talking about like a side button, right? And it won't work for some things, and this basically just fixes that. Mouse delay fix is similar, but I think affects more people, because by default in 1.8.9, there are these, it's sort of, it's very strange. There's a bug where the mouse has a 50 milliseconds of delay, which is 50 out of 1,000, 5.05 of a second of delay, which might not sound like a lot, but trust me, if you're in PvP, then that can be very annoying, and this mod basically just fixes that. Really fine and dandy. No close my chat, another fine and dandy one. So basically, you know, maybe you've been in a Skywars game or something, and you just, like, are typing while you're in your cage, and then when you drop, it brings you out of your chat. Well, no close my chat stops that, so you can just keep on typing when you, like, teleport around the map and stuff. It's really useful, because I've had to start retyping so many things in instances like that. Old Animations, actually, is another pretty cool mod. So, basically, you just hit escape, and in the top left corner, hidden behind my stuff, is animations. And here you can turn on and off 1.7 animations, because I personally think they're way better. Like, you can see when people are block hitting and stuff, better than 1.8. I just keep everything the same except turn tab list off. By default it's on, but turn it off, because the 1.7 tab list, just look at that, it sucks. So yeah, make sure to keep the tab list off. Make sure it's the 1.8 tab list, way better. And we get to probably the #1 most important mod on this list, although that is disputable. Optifine. Very important mod. If you don't know what Optifine is, then go, I don't know, do some research. I won't try and explain all of it, but basically it makes the game so much better. It allows me to do this, and this, and this, and this. Basically just makes your game run a lot smoother. You can zoom in, you can get capes, just very random things, but it's just a great mod overall. Particle mod is also a great mod overall, doesn't do as much. Basically, you can do, whenever you hit people, it spawns particles, right? Well, you can set a value, so you just sort of like motion blur, /particle mod, I don't know, oh, I spelled that wrong. See, that's the thing, the autocorrect mod doesn't know, like, the mod commands. /particle mod, I don't know, we'll just set it to 0. What? Oh, I have to set it to something above 0, so let's just do, like, 1 or 2. So since it's at 2, 2 is a pretty low value, not a lot of particles. It's actually 2 times the regular amount. The regular amount is 1. I usually like to keep mine around 3, But you can set this to any value. So, for example, if I do, I don't know, /particle mod 100, that gets a little too much, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't think anyone really likes that much particles unless they want to make someone, like, literally explode. Pop-up events is pretty neat. I can't show you right now, but basically if someone parties you or gives you a friend request, there's a pop-up that comes up on this corner of the screen that basically says, someone invited you, do you want to do this? You don't have to open chat or anything. You just hit on your keyboard Y or N for yes or no. If you N, it automatically denies. Yes, accepts. Just sort of nice if you're in game and you don't want to have to open chat while someone's doing that. And so that you actually see it, and it's not like in a random, I don't know, location in chat, because a lot of stuff in chat while you're in game you don't see it. So this pop-up, it's not too in the way, it's in the way enough to let you know, like, hey, someone's trying to do this. And of course there's the reach circles mod, which I don't really know how to feel about, because, like, I don't know if it helps me a lot or not. But basically, if you're in PvP, you don't know exactly where the reach distance is, and instead of this being a mod where it just, like, tells you how far away they are, you can type /circles, and it puts a circle around them, and that is their reach distance. So you can kind of guess it's also your reach distance, so whenever you enter their circle is when you can hit them. Now, of course, you know, it goes through them, it's a little buggy, and if you're in a crowded place, it can get sort of insane. But if it's just, you know, in a regular game where there's not a whole bunch of people, then you can have some fun with it. It's pretty nice for me, because I can time my S-taps perfectly with this mod, and I think it's helped me a little when I'm in a tough situation. Then there's the sidebar mod. I think you honestly just type /sidebar mod. There we go. Sidebar mod, /sidebar mod. You can do things like change the background. It can be chroma if you want it, how big it is, how small it is. You can even turn it off if you want. What I use it for is just to disable the red numbers, because I hate how they look. I like the background on that, because it kind of looks weird without a background. Skyblock add-ons is another really great thing. So, look, on my, like, hotbar, you can see there's no health and hunger, which really just clears things up. I have my resistance and health, they're all, like, you know, full. They're bars instead of just a lot of stuff you can do. You can do /Skyblock add-ons, no spaces. And that brings you to this, which has a whole lot of settings you can do, like green zealot chests in the end and full minion warnings. You can change your hotbar, and you can add a dark auction person serious timer to know when he's coming, and the magma boss timer, and there's just so many things that I don't think I'll take my time to explain in this video. This next one is just a really fun one. It's called Time Changer, and you do /day, night, or sunset. So as you can see, it's day right now, /day, pretty regular, you know, but you can do /night, and this changes just for you, not anyone else, but now it's night, and it looks so cool. But what I like the most, and this goes across servers too, so yeah, pretty neat that. But you can also go /sunset, and ta-da! I think this looks the best, honestly. It's just so neat, especially with this texture pack. It's one of my favorite texture packs. For some reason, there's a lot of music down there. There we go. Yeah, pretty neat. This one's called Vanilla Enhancements. It sort of just adds a lot of things to the vanilla game that I honestly think they should just be. So you go to veconfig, all one word, and here's a bunch of different settings. Most importantly, I think do not move inventory when getting applied to a potion stat is most important one to be on. And there's so many others that I honestly just don't think I can go over in this one video. And finally, the last mod to end this massive list of things I have on here. You do not need to download all of these, by the way. This is like so many. The last one is called a Wings mod. You've seen them on me. You've probably been wondering like what they are. No, I didn't like buy them or anything. The Wings mod's completely free, and you do /Wings mod. Incredibly enough, you can turn them on and off. You can change how big they are. Like, I can have, like, freaking dragon wings. I don't know how these look. I think they get in the way. So I just have, like, tiny little wings, you know? They look adorable. You can change, they can be chroma if you want. You can change the specific color. There's so many songs down there, jeez. And, yeah. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed this this video. Be sure to leave a like on the vid. Again, I think just like on part 1, we'll try and hit 5 likes. I don't know if we can do it. I don't think you guys can do it. I'd be really surprised and pretty happy. And I might even make another video like this where I show you guys how to do cool things in the game. If you want to see more of those, do try and subscribe, or, you know, do subscribe, because you don't have to try. You guys know how to do that, right? I hope. You just hit the button, and you make it turn red. It's amazing. Yeah, so if you want to see more of this, be sure to do that, and I'll just see you guys in my next video, guys. BigGreenBeast, out.